distorted it. Now you think you wanna rock that twirl somewhere orbiting. Theories disproportionate, the truth distorted quick with a forceful grip. They force a misinfo that we absorbing quick. Took the people's signature to mean extorted it. They forging it if news ain't good informant to informing them. There's a surplus, but they tell us there are shortages. Credit economy mortgages, dollar that's supported with empty fortresses. But what's important is this: we port ships important. Yes, of course it is, but extortion is in accordance with an assortment list of foreign tricks we ignoring, which informing this, informing this. It looked like we were snoring tricked. Pedophilia and the government endorsing it. Yeah, eugenics is exactly what abortion is. You just vilify those insubordinate. Way to matrix engineer, that's unfortunate. Geopolitically we in a field that's for Israel. Wonder is it real? Rappers actors say they high, say they sip with pills. Glorify suicide so they get the deals. Big pharma set it up just to flip the pills. Control the music industry until the scripts get filled. Geopolitically, yeah, we in a field that's for Israel. Wonder is it real?
Oh, hey, what's up, guys? In the world, Ross unloaded his clip. Now he has to unload it. What's up, legends? Ted, Brian, Redford Bear, what's up? All right, so if you watched the last stream I did on this channel, it was named Beware of Wolves in Sheep's Clothing, and I didn't say any names. And if you've been keeping up with any of this little girl drama, I hate drama, so I continue to try to not say any names and to not take the bait and let it go and let it go. And now I have got to give my full side of the story. This is because I don't have a chance at, or I don't have any choice at this point, and you will understand by the end of it. What's up, everybody? So, yeah, we're just going to get into it. It is what it is. I hate this has to happen, but, you know, I'm tired of dealing with it at this point. This is a one and done for me, so don't expect it back and forth. Don't expect me to continue to address it. Please stop asking me about it. Stop messaging me about it. Stop leaving comments about it. I'm over it. It is what it is. That's half the reason that I'm doing this. Shout out to all the legends on D Live, and shout out to all the legends on Twitch and on YouTube. I love drama. Well, you're a weirdo. All right, so let's just start from the beginning. So Nathan, Thompson, and I decided to go on tour. I have felt led to go out into the world for a few months now. I didn't know how it was going to happen, so when that opportunity came across my path, I kind of took it as confirmation that that's how it was supposed to happen. Actually, in recollection, I still think it's the way it was supposed to happen. I would have never met Chris. We would have never been on the tour around the nation on the RV. So I think it is supposed to happen. And if you had to listen to my initial comeback stream on WitsitGetsIt, was a one and done. They struck that channel immediately on the comeback stream. I explained to you that y'all revealed a lot of stuff to me and Joe. One of them being that I was supposed to quit smoking. I immediately started getting vivid dreams. Now, just to be transparently honest with you guys, I did occasionally smoke, not very much. He knows that. I also occasionally would have a beer, but never get drunk, just drink it casually. But I thought, and maybe it was just a justification in my carnal mind, well, moderation. It's all about moderation. Well, it has been revealed to me that is not the case, and we'll get into that later. But anyway, so again, I took it as confirmation this is how I was supposed to go out into the world, because I knew he was calling me to go out into the world. I had a bunch of bills at my house. I have a small detail business that I own and run there. I just kind of get by week to week, and I was like, I don't really see how this adds up or can be possible financially for me to just take off and step out into faith and go around the world, having to pay for the expenses on the tour, also pay for my bills at the crib. But we'll figure it out. I'll step out in faith. So that's what I did, and that's what I'm going to continue to do. So I kind of decided, okay, let's do it. originally we agreed what we're going to do is kind of combine our 2 followers. We don't really have a huge crossover of followers. For example, I have a bunch of bears that like my channel, him not so much. So I was like, okay, I'll get all my people to hit me up, and then we'll build up a amount of people across the U.S. that want to meet up with a tour. You can do the same. He's like, I've been doing this for years. I know all these people. So I already have like over 500 flat earthers in my phone, blah, 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 blah. So that's how the original agreement ensued. I then revealed to my people that we were planning to go on tour. And then he started nagging me about how he wanted to be in charge of the tour and putting the list together of where we meet, who we meet. And I'm like, okay, whatever. After like 5 times that he insisted, although I actually thought it would be better to, again, use both of our, fan bases, if you want to call it that, even though you're not my fans, you're familiar. So I was like, okay, whatever. So immediately once I announced it on like my social media platforms, I started getting flooded with messages. And then what I ended up doing, again, because of his insistence, I would just respond with flatearthflyers@gmail.com, hit him up. So all my people hit him up. Of course, also in streams on Facebook, on Instagram, and on YouTube. I told people to, no big deal. You can send the donations to me or to Nathan. If you want to send donations to Nathan, it's the same thing. It's all going to the tour. So fast forward, I'm letting things go left and right. I almost immediately knew that this is not the same person that I thought I was agreeing to go on tour with. He's a totally different person in person. Of course, now in recollection, actually, you can find out this by yourself by just looking into him, but I didn't do that. I know that people make up stories about me. I've heard that I'm Illuminati and a Mason, and people have done gematria on my name, all this crazy psychopathic nonsense. So I just figured it was kind of the same with him, targeted individual. If you go step out and you speak the truth, then people are going to come at you and make up rumors. So in fact, I defended him, even with the reckless bin thing where he goes and puts a duck suit on and makes us all look like morons, and he stacks toilet paper. I was defending him, saying, no, they just use his kind nature against him, his trusting nature against him, or whatever. I was defending him, although when he was calling me, I was telling him, this doesn't add up. This isn't making sense. Of course, in recollection, that was very sketchy. I still don't understand it. And I'm not going to say that I know he's controlled opposition or something. I don't think so. But I guess arrogance and pride is a crazy thing, because he was blinded, where he was literally putting on a duck suit and stacking toilet paper, and every flat earther in the community was telling him, these guys live in California, bro. They're not from Massachusetts. They're not from Harvard. They literally have a prank YouTube channel in California. They're pranking you, bro. No, attack all the flat earthers on behalf of 2 random guys that he met that claimed that they're from Harvard. And he starts stacking toilet paper to get to the moon. He puts on a duck suit as if it was going to prevent an EMF charge affecting him. And then they told him that he shot a magnet, the world's biggest magnet, across the earth using the mountain. Okay. Then Guinness comes out, and they have a Guinness World Record paper that spells official wrong. I mean, it's just ridiculous. It's all around ridiculous. So anyway, and they hit up Mark Sargent first, as Karen's saying, and he saw through it. So then they hit up Nathan. So anyway, I didn't look at any of that before that. Like I said, I was defending him. I kind of feel stupid now, but you live and learn. So then we continue to go on the tour, and every single host. And by the way, guys, I don't. Just go ahead and understand he's going to blatantly lie about all of this. I don't lie. I actually kept the clip loaded this whole time. I have no motivation to lie. Every single thing I say is verifiable. I'm actually going to provide evidence in the stream. It is what it is. I didn't want to do this. I asked him not to do it. I'm about to show you the text messages where I told him to stop doing it or this would happen. He knew that I like to take the high road, and I wasn't going to probably do it. So he used it against me. Well, I guess it backfired literally on him, because now, it is what it is. I don't really go halfway on things. So each host that we went to, and I'm not exaggerating, I can only think of one host that did not pull me aside individually and complain to me about Nathan and say, guys, I love you guys. I love the content. I love what you're doing. But can you please talk to Nathan for me? He's just disrespecting the rules of the house. He's disrespecting the house. He's going around, jumping on a skateboard, bumping music, cussing, screaming, talking reckless in front of my children, talking crazy to my animals, running through my house, throwing stuff everywhere, not following any of the rules, etc., etc. I'm like, yeah, okay, I'll talk to him. I'm sorry. Literally every single host. I'm not exaggerating. There was only one host that did not pull me aside individually. Okay. And I actually found out, because I've kicked it with them again just a few days ago, that they were all talking amongst one another. They're saying the same thing. They just didn't feel comfortable coming to any of us to say it. So quite literally every single host we went to. So basically, I feel like I'm babysitting at this point. I feel like it's a bad reflection, not only on me, but more importantly on Yahshua, which is the entire point. I also had really reined in any form of substance at all, right? Like I didn't really use any substances. Then I get on here, there's alcohol everywhere, always, right? He's using our money on alcohol, and then it's like, I'll take a beer, and Chris knows it, and I'll literally sip a beer. This is apple juice, but I will sip a beer for like 2 hours. Like if it's not in the Yeti cup, it'll just be warm. Like that's just how I am. But at that point, he spends $250 on craft beer. He just keeps handing me half a craft beer, and it's like, I guess I'll drink a few of them, and I still wouldn't ever get drunk. But it's like, it's gonna be gone. It's just all our money's gonna be gone. So I kind of got coaxed into drinking more than I normally do. It was all bad. No excuses. You got to stand tall, and handle yourself. So it is what it is. I'm not making excuses. I'm just saying it was a very toxic situation. But I figured for the better good. And this is the truth. I felt led to go help him because he's very abrasive. He berates people. And I thought, we all have things to work on. I have things to work on. Some people say I talk too fast. I'm just saying that. I'm just joking. There are other things that I have to work on. And so I'm like, okay, maybe we can learn from one another, right? And he was talking to me about a bunch of stuff about like diet and food I didn't know. I tried the veganism thing out, which by the way, I don't do that anymore because that sucks and it's stupid. But anyway, I was like, okay, bro, you got to be a little more gentle and you got to hear people out. And then Yah will speak to you and you'll be able to find a way that you can reach them. Like where you can resonate with them. This isn't like, let's go around and see who can beat on their chest and then win the debates with random people out in the world. Of course, they don't know the radius value. We didn't know what it was until we looked into the flat earth either. Right. So it's not like a, ha, you don't know anything about the earth. You don't know what the polymerase chain reaction test is. You just want to actually reach them. And I'm like, you just got to be more gentle. He started actually implementing some of my tactics. So I thought that he was actually listening. And I was like, okay, look, I am supposed to help him. He's actually learning, and I can learn from him. He can learn from me, blah, blah, blah. So I kept justifying it to myself. And I kind of felt like I was out on a limb, stuck out there where I give people's word that I was going to come meet them in different states. And I didn't want to renege on it. And people are giving us like money to do that. Right. So anyway, a lot of the donation money was getting sent to him. And what was happening was he was running around, spending it on himself and his substances. And I continuously would try to approach him about this. I'm like, Nathan, I'm running through my savings, bro. Like I'm spending my money on the tour, like my literal money that I have to keep so I can pay my bills. I'm paying for the RV gas every single time. Why am I paying for all the gas for the RV, bro, every single time? Why have I filled your van up the last 4 times? How come I have to argue with you to even meet me halfway on, like, say, the gas or the food whenever it's not all your money? Like, it's our money. I'm getting people to send you the tour money, and I'm matching the tour money out of my money, and I have to argue for you to spend half of it, right? And then he's doing stuff like leaving Gio in the van all night. Believe it or not, I don't really blame Gio for being a little bit uncomfortable after being locked up in a van all day. So, he finds his glasses, he chews them up, they're $250. He has another pair of glasses, but he uses his tour money to replace them. I'm like, bro, you're just using our tour money like it's your money. And then he proceeds to get worse and worse, saying that it is his money. I'm Nathan Thompson, and like it is my tour money. It is my money. You're just a broke BBB. I can't imitate him because he cusses like crazy. And I really didn't want to do all this, but I don't go halfway. So I'm sorry. I'm just letting you know people need to be exposed. I told you in the wolves in sheep's clothing stream that you think that they did not infiltrate this truth movement. You're being very naive. They do the same thing with churches. That's why modern churches are flooded with the doctrine of men and misinterpretations where they change the Messiah's name and they change everything about it. Because as you get closer to the truth, they infiltrate the movement. I don't know. He had a brain coach, is a brain coach for 7 years. So does he know that he's being used like this? I don't know. But he's certainly the first one to tell you that he's been on National Geographic and Netflix and all over Daily Mail, and all the mainstream places cover this guy while he's talking crazy. He wants to teach all the flat earthers to do what? To juggle like clowns do, like literal clowns do. So I'm not going to go that route. I could go that route. I thought about it. I have a whole bunch of people flooding me with information with crazy videos of him and his ex and all this crazy stuff. But I'm just going to tell you what happened with me because that's all that I can firsthand testify to. And that's it. That is what it is. If you want to look into it more than that, then go for it. I hate that I had to do this, but I have to do this. So anyway, I started to approach him. I'm going to probably bounce around because there's so much stuff. So we'll talk about some of the possessions. Okay. So he practically stole a whole lot of money. I also had a few $100s in cash on the RV, disappeared. I'm not saying he stole it. I'm just saying it did disappear. And now that you know that he stole everything else, doesn't sound too far-fetched that maybe he took the cash too. Someone donated a drone because they knew we were going all around making observations. They wanted us to make high-definition 4K observations with the drone. The guy specifically told me, I'm giving this to you, not Nathan. I don't trust Nathan. I don't like Nathan. I don't want you to give him the drone. He'll break the drone. Like, please don't give Nathan the drone. I'm not giving Nathan the drone. I'm giving it to you. So of course I kind of relay that message to him, which just bounces right off of him. And every time I turn around, he's pulling the drone out, or I can't find the drone. He's using it. I'm like, can I try to learn how to use the drone? You know, he's like, oh, the battery's dead. Oh, so whatever. I just let it go. I keep letting it go. Next thing I know, he actually wrecks the drone into a light pole, doesn't tell me about it, breaks the drone, doesn't tell me about it. And I don't even know the drone's broken for like a week. Okay. It wasn't his. It was donated to me. Someone who, you know, isn't financially well off was like, this is what I can donate to help you guys because I support what you're doing, Austin. And he broke it and didn't say anything to me and refuses to fix it. So now I've had to order the part, which come to find out, you have to use a soldering gun and all kinds of stuff. It's not just the arm that's broken. So that's a whole ordeal. Dave Weiss, being the legend that he is, knew that I was trying to get a MacBook so I could have, you know, compatibility with the devices. And so he donated me his old MacBook. What Nathan did is say that his MacBook's not working anymore. You know, so he needs to constantly use the MacBook. Then he says, this MacBook's not working anymore. So now I feel like, okay, now I have to get one that works. Like, that's the whole point. So then I save up money. I'm not going to buy an old one. I'm not going to buy a used one. I'm not going to buy an i5. So now I'm going to have to bite the bullet and buy a good MacBook. So then what he ends up doing is taking the MacBook once we split up. So I'll tell you what happened when we split up. Okay, so we had a whole bunch of altercations because every time I tried to approach him about the money, I tried to ask him, dude, look, man, now I can't pay my bills, bro. Like, you've effectively stolen money from me this whole time. You're not spending on the tour. You're spending it on alcohol. You're spending it on weed. And like, for example, one time someone came to the RV, gave us a $100 bill. Another one came to the RV, gave us a $100 bill in the same night to donate towards the tour. He ducked off with the $200 cash before anyone knew it and went and spent $250 on craft beer. Just a handful of beers. Like, no, he's not going to buy a 12-pack for $15. He's going to buy a 12-pack for $180. So he spent over $200 with the donation money immediately. That is one example to put it into perspective for you guys, how he acted the entire time with the money. I am so detached from materialistic things, and money is a detriment. Anyone that's been around me for any long period of time for the last 15 years of my life knows this is before I got right with y'all. I just don't care about money. So I just kept letting it go. I give my possessions away. I let everyone use my possessions. He was using my kindness as weakness. He looks at everyone for personal gain. I know this firsthand. This is why I didn't want to unload the clip, because if I do, it's just going to be ridiculous. But what can I do at this point? You understand why the stream happened once we continue the story. So then we have one night where, he took my AirPods because he couldn't find his. He asked, can I use your AirPods? I said, sure. Don't you have some AirPods? And he's like, yeah, I don't know where they are. I'm like, okay, you can use them. He used them for a few days and then just lost them. Didn't say anything about it, though. Didn't say anything about it. And then I eventually want my AirPods back because I see him using them, but I can tell they're not mine because they're more messed up on the case. So I'm like, hey, bro, where are my AirPods? I don't know. I haven't seen them. I was like, bro, but I'll let you use them, bro. Do you not know where they are? No, bro, like, you've had them or something. You lost them. I don't know where they are. Bro, but I'll let you use my AirPods. And then I was like, dude, maybe we'll find them. Just think about it. You know what I'm saying? Think about where you put it. Then I saw how long he'd go before he ever brought them up. 2 weeks passes. He never even mentions the AirPods. He would have never mentioned them until the end of the tour. So finally I bring it up to him. He does a whole fit. Chris has witnessed every single thing I've said pretty much, okay? And I have Andrew witnessed it. Trevor witnessed it. I don't lie, okay? So then I try to actually approach him about the AirPods. He starts going crazy, 0 to 100. Then he's like, okay, I'll replace them. He tries to buy some knockoff brand, like $30 AirPods on Amazon, goes ahead and orders them. I'm like, no, I don't want those, bro. Like, I want my AirPods, bro. And it sounds petty. This all seems petty because I think materialistic things are petty. It's the principle behind all of this. This is why this has to happen. Because if you think he's going to do that to me, what's he going to do to everyone else? Okay, so sometimes you have to expose people. Do not partake in the works of darkness, but rather expose and reprove them. And that's what I have to do. And I try not to do it, but I feel like I've been shown that I have to do it. He's in the chat. A 12-pack for $180. Yikes, that's not true. Like, that's his contention out of everything that I've said, is that I overpriced his craft beer. Okay, so anyway, the AirPods, not gonna replace them. So then we get into an argument one night. Chris and Andrew were in the RV and saw this from less than 5 feet away. He gets this close to my face for 5 straight minutes, spitting in my face, calling me be this, be that, F you little broke B. What you gonna do about it? Spitting in my face. I said, Nathan, get out of my face, bro. Over 10 times, over a literal 10 times. I said, Nathan, bro, get out of my face, bro. get out of my face. He wouldn't get out of my face. So finally, I reached back and I pushed him down. He fell down on the couch. He then jumped up like he was going to do something. So I reached back and he jumped back down on the couch and balled up in a little fetal position like this. I started laughing. Then he got in my face. I'm like, I'm obviously not scared of you, bro. You just balled up in a fetal position. And then Chris is like, dude, I can't handle this. You can't be doing this on my RV. Y'all are going to break stuff on my RV. I can't keep going around the United States with y'all doing this. Like, this is ridiculous and reasonable. And that's honestly why we had not fought and we never did fight, was because he asked us not to. So out of respect for Chris, I restrained something that I really had a problem with when I was younger, which was, if you talk crazy and get in my face, I'll just hit you in the mouth. That's how it is in Tennessee. If you don't do that, then you get hit in the mouth. So anyway, because of Chris, we never got in an actual fight, but it got really close. Okay. So then Chris is trying to figure out what we're going to do. It's not sustainable, right? Not only is it not financially sustainable for said reasons, but it's not sustainable in general, right? So then he says, Trevor knows all this. Trevor's known him for years. I know all this. Chris knows all this. We come together, and I've approached Nathan one-on-one 10 times, because Nathan's real big about, as a believer, you're just supposed to come and approach me one-on-one. I'm like, okay, I'll do that. I've done it 10 times. So then now I'm talking to other believers, and I'm not, obviously I am not one in charge of whether or not you're a true believer. Okay. But nevertheless, I'm like, okay, so we all agree we're going to have to have an intervention of sorts. This is the only way that this is even going to be sustainable. Chris comes up with a proposed solution. That is that we need to separate for a few days so everyone can cool off. Nathan had his van that we were towing behind the RV. So he's like, just take your van for a couple days. Everyone separate, calm down, then we'll come back and we'll continue the tour. He's like, in a host driveway in a neighborhood. He's like, no, starts screaming, starts cussing, throwing a huge scene in a neighborhood. No, if I leave, I leave. If you kick me off the tour, kick Austin off the tour, because if I leave, I'm done. Then he throws a fit and he goes and gets all his stuff off the RV and starts packing all of his stuff, like heated for 2 hours. Doesn't calm down for 2 hours. He's heated the whole time. And he's just packing all of his stuff. I don't go on the RV with him, obviously, for obvious reasons. I almost had to hit him in the mouth 30 times already. I'm not going to go on the RV, so I'm not watching him go through all the stuff, which I'm missing so much stuff. It'd take me forever to tell you what all I'm missing. Okay. So then he packs all of his stuff. He leaves. And of course we didn't ever reunite with him. Then we watched the Reckless Ben videos, because we had never watched it. And we're like, what are we doing? What's going on? Dude, this is like controlled opposition moves, bro. You've already been in 5 hit pieces. Then you went out there and argued with everyone about it, including Jaron, who exposed them, just irreparably exposed them on a stream. You jumped on his stream, called in, and started going at Jaron and cussing him out and all that stuff. And so I didn't really look into all that, and that's to my detriment. That's my fault. I should have maybe done my research, right? I was just, like I said, I was defending him. Okay. So anyway, we decided to leave, and he's throwing a whole temper tantrum in this guy's driveway in the neighborhood. He has no respect for anywhere he goes, anyone else. No, in fact, he's actually oblivious to everything that goes on around him. If it isn't about him, or it can't financially benefit him, or in the sense of notoriety benefit him. So anyway, what he does is he leaves with the MacBook Pro and he leaves with the iPhone X. AirPods nowhere to be found. Once he leaves, my Apple Pencil's gone too. It is $150, right? I'd only used it twice, which I use to take notes on my iPad. It's gone. All the chargers, all my iPhone chargers are gone. Half my clothes are gone. All kinds of stuff's gone. Okay. And so I'm like, bro, can I get my MacBook back? He won't answer the phone. So I'm like, dude, that's not my MacBook, bro. Dave gave me that MacBook, bro. It isn't yours. How in the world have you somehow convinced yourself that this is your computer, bro? Can I please get it back? Won't answer the phone. So I have to text him. I'll show you the text messages in just a second. I already have them loaded. And again, I have evidence for all this. This is like me still trying to take the high road, even though it may not really seem like that to some of you. So anyway, he won't give me that back. And then I have an iPhone X that I paid on $40-something, $48 a month for 2 years, right? So I paid it off. It ended up costing me $1,350. And it's because I got the most gigs. I got 256 gigs on it, right? So it's not just an iPhone X. It's the most expensive iPhone X that you can buy. And I kept it with a screen and a case on it, so it's in perfect condition. So whenever I first got to his house, he had an iPhone 8. And I kind of felt bad. And I was like, well, we're going on tour and we're constantly making content. So I think that you could use a better quality camera on your phone. So if you want to, and I really shouldn't have done this, obviously in recollection, but just because I had all kinds of information on there, it really inconvenienced me. But to try to be a nice guy, I said, okay, I'm going to wipe my phone clean and I'll let you use it if you're down to use it. Now, obviously I can't give it to you, Nathan. It's still in brand new condition. It cost me $1,400. I can use that for a business phone when the tour's over. Like, but you can use it. And I guess if you want to work out something to where you buy it by the end of the tour, then we can talk about it. But I'll let you use it. Okay. Now, Nathan swears up and down I gave him the phone. 10 times when he'd get heated, he'd bring up how he's not going to give the phone back. And I'm like, what, bro? Like, I let you borrow that phone. Or he'd talk about how it's his phone and say, I literally turn around on the RV like, no, I'll let you borrow the phone, bro. He knows for a fact I didn't give him the phone. Okay. But whenever he took off, he wanted to keep the iPhone X because he had an iPhone 8. So he took the MacBook Pro and took the iPhone X. And so I'm constantly trying to contact him. I'm using Rose to contact him because we're both in the New Orleans area, because it was tentative that we got back together based on Chris's proposal, right? So we're in the same area, which I see a bunch of people saying we planned all this. Cool story, bro. So anyway, eventually I find out he's going on all kinds of Globe Troll shows, like talking crazy and reckless about me and lying about all of this. And I'm like, I'm going to take the high road. I'm going to take the high road. I'm going to take the high road. Then I get a notification of Alex Stein live. When I looked in my notifications, I get on there. Nathan's talking crazy about me, lying about me on Jaronism's and Alex Stein's show, right? So like on my homie show. So I'm like, wow. And now everyone in the chat's like, come on here and give your side. Defend yourself. In the chat, I'm like, nah, whatever. Forget it. I don't even care. Everyone knows his line. I don't care. And eventually I was like, you know what? He's talking so reckless. I'm going to get on there. And if you've seen that, I exposed him right then. I exposed him on that stream. But I didn't even do it that much. I just called him out for live, and he spiraled and went crazy because he was drunk. Like always. I literally never saw the dude not drunk, bro. Like literally, ever. Okay? So anyway, I thought that it would kind of end that way. And then Dave said, I didn't give the MacBook to the tour or to anyone else. Like, dude, I gave it to you, bro. And so he knew that, and that's the only reason he returned the MacBook. And as I'll show you in a second, he swore up and down it was his computer. He swore it was his computer. He offered to buy the computer. I said, no, it's not mine to sell, dude. I can't sell that computer. Dave donated it. I don't care if you use it. Like I have this one now that I had spent way too much on because you told me that one didn't work. Coincidentally, as soon as I go spend all this money that I had to pull out of XRP and all kinds of stuff, which really I regret now. Oh my goodness, it's going crazy. Like I do that just to get the computer, and then all of a sudden that computer works perfectly again now that Nathan gets to use it, right? And he offers me money for it. I'm like, nah, dude, I'm not selling the computer. I can't sell the computer. The iPhone and the MacBook are basically me like letting you borrow them while we're together on tour, okay? So when Dave calls him out, he's like, oh, I got to return the MacBook now because Dave Weiss has basically exposed to everyone that I gave it to Austin. So then he goes back to Rose's and he drops off the MacBook. But he just stomps by everyone. Chris and I are sitting on the couch in the front. He stomps by everyone, goes to the back, like sets the computer outside, stomps outside, and like starts cussing, like, oh yeah, have fun, B, and whatever, and like leaves. Okay, so now I'm just gonna show you the text messages that are between us because I don't lie, and I'm just gonna show you the physical evidence. I was calling him numerous times, just trying to get the stuff back. I was beyond done with him. You know what I'm saying? So here it is. All right. This is after he wouldn't answer the phone like 5 or 6 times. March 9th. I said, drop the MacBook Pro and iPhone off at Rose's. No response. March 10th at 9:30 in the morning. Leave my MacBook and my iPhone at Rose's. No response. So 11:20 at night. So that's from 9 to 11, right? 9 in the morning to 11 at night. So wait, what am I missing? You're trying to take the charger and still trying to take my phone? Apple Pencil, AirPods. I apologize for the language in advance. You're an expensive person to have around your stuff, LOL. He said, I already told you, I don't know what your Apple Pencil is. Get a effing life, bro. And then I put in quotes, get a life, as you stomped out with my phone. He said, keep track of your, I don't want to go, so keep track of your stuff, bro. And then I said, as you stomped out with my phone, what a joke. You are a joke. He said, kick rock, it's mine. You gave it to me. Ha, ha, ha. Cry me a river, bro. And I said, so you're just going to steal it? LOL, wow. I'll give it to you because I feel like it. Enjoy my laptop I just gave you. So remember the story I just told you guys that he only gave the computer back once Dave said something about it. Then he comes in, he stomps through Rose's house, sets it on the back porch, stomps through, cussing, talking reckless as he walks out, and then he actually has the audacity to message me and say, "Enjoy my computer I just gave you." What a psycho, bro? Enjoy my laptop I just gave you. I said, sure, y'all would be proud. And he said, yeah, like lying about me stealing your money, you crybaby broke B. Ha, ha, ha. Get a life, Austin. Phone will be left at Rose's like you asked later, bro. Oh, this is crazy. How many months has it been now? And he said he gave it to me, and he swore up and down he gave it to me, but he's sitting here admitting in the text messages that it's not his, and the phone will be left at Rose's like you asked later, bro. Okay, but he's still going around the United States using it. right? And Chris also heard him admit that he stole the money and that he owed me money. Chris heard him admit that he owed me money. I said, so can I get my phone back? Or are you actually going to try to steal it? He said, cry me a river, you dumbass. I said, okay, leave the charger too for the MacBook. I hate to be, this feels so petty reading these. He said, I just told you, already gone, bro, too bad. I'll leave it with the phone. I said, okay, and through the peace sign, he said, my charger is on the RV with like 10 of, my charger's on the, as you can see, he's clearly drunk. My charger's on the RV with like 10 of my iPhone and GoPro chargers. Let's call it an even trade. The truth is he didn't have any iPhone chargers. He kept using mine. I actually went to buy other iPhone chargers so he could use them and stop taking mine that came with my devices that were new because they're specific to that device and that your battery will go bad faster if you use like off-brand things. So I went and bought him like Best Buy, Apple certified chargers so he stopped using mine. He took all of those. So I don't even know what he's talking about. And then he left his MacBook Pro charger, his MacBook Air charger that's like all stomped up and old and like bent and barely works. You got to plug it in and out, and took the charger Dave gave me. So I said, nah, your charger's crap. And then he said, ha 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 ha. I said, we'll bring your old stomped on dirty charger at Rose's, but that charger is for this laptop, dude. Stop being such a grabbler. LOL, what a psycho. No one cares. And he said, hey, Austin, I don't give a flying F what you imagine I owe you, bro. Sue me for the laptop charger, dumbass. And I said, so save it. You're drunk per usual. Just drop my charger and phone off at Rose's. He said, have a nice night, bro. Adios. To the peace sign. He said, ha ha. And I said, bye, LOL. Keep this in mind. I said, keep trying me, by the way. Okay? I warned this dude like 5 times. He said, we'll do Gamma B crying for money online. And I said, go on, leave my stuff at Rose's, thanks. Then he hearted it. He said, it's my stuff. Try and keep pretending it's yours. Bro, I literally, guys, I can prove that it's mine. That's all I have to do is get Verizon to show that I paid for it. What is he? Keep acting like it's his. Dave knows that he sent it to me, and I still have the box at my house with the shipping address the MacBook came on, and I have literal proof that that's my phone and I paid for it. This dude's trying to say that I gave it to him, and literally we have 3 witnesses that heard me had to call him out of trying to take it before this all happened. He knows I didn't give it to him. He's a lie. He's literally a liar. So, we don't need people like this in the movement. Let's be real. He says, my stuff, try and keep pretending it's yours, see what happens, ha ha. Enjoy the broken laptop you cried about for a week until you got a new one you didn't use, Jay. Because we know how YouTube is about that word. And I said, keep going around talking and lying about me. I'll be forced to expose you. Please stop. He said, Austin, shut the F up. You're the dumbass saying I stole money from the tour. You're lying. Kick rocks. Have a nice journey. And I said, and corrected it because I was just being petty and tired of it. I'm still doing the tour and making dope content. You're crying in a parking lot about how you're broke. Adios, muchacho. He literally bragging about the fact I got people to send him the donation money. And if you read the donations, they're like, I'm support what you're doing. This is for you and Austin. This is for the tour. But he just blew it on all of his substance abuse. I'm just giving you a heads up. Do what you want. Oh, thanks. I will. I always do. And I said, we know, LOL. So glad I have your blessing. I'm showing y'all the entire thing. I'm showing y'all every single text message from whenever we split up. I said, we know, LOL. He said, so glad I have your blessing to do what I want. Otherwise, I would have probably just done whatever I want. And I said, you admitted to Chris and you owe me money. Now you're running around the internet line. And he said, do I have to block you? Get a life. I said, okay, thanks. Leave my phone at Rose's. Keep my name out of your mouth or get exposed and irreparably ruined. I truly don't want to do that. So just please stop. That is the 3rd time y'all have seen that I've warned him. I really want you to go online and cry about me for an hour, though. How do I get you to do that? And I just said, LOL. He said, you Gamma B. Ha, ha, ha. I said, I'll pray for you, bro. He said, oh, man, leave me alone or I'm going to block your number. Have a nice day. I said, leave my phone. Peace out. He said, why? Yes, I'm master. I said, dope. Stop running around and lying on me, please and thanks. I don't want to have to respond, Nathan, so just stop. Shut the F up, bro. You're the one who couldn't keep my name out of your little Gamma, little B mouth. Have a nice fade because he's drunk. Leave me alone. You're a clown. I said, I never said your name once. Oh, man, y'all get it. This is just getting petty. Oh, yeah, you never said my name once. Go on. Ha, ha, ha. Nobody knew who you were talking about. You're so smart. Ha, ha, ha. He really thinks he's funny. And I said, yeah, I literally didn't even say your name. And then he said, dumbass. I said, okay, man, you got lots of animosity. We get it. And he said, you're the one texting me at 7:30 in the morning, crying like a bee. And I said, just stop running around the internet on Globe Troll shows lying about me or I will have to ruin you. Leave my phone and leave me alone. That's the 5th time y'all have seen I've warned him. Get a tissue. I don't care. I said, of course you don't. It's strictly all about your ego every single time, always. Hey, Austin, leave me alone for like the 10th time. I know you're obsessed with me, but bro, I've moved on. Sorry I had to date your chick in Texas too. She was nice. Haha. The girl that I literally didn't no way talk to or dated and decided not to go hang out with. And then out of spite of me, she tried to talk to him. Thinks I care. What a weirdo. And then I said, well, just remember this conversation once you make me expose you. And I hope that you remember this now that just read the text, Nathan. I know you're in the chat spiraling and still lying. Just read right there. Just remember this conversation once you make me expose you. Remember, I tried to come to you to stop it before it happened. Your ego won't let you see it now, but that's the worst thing that could happen to you. So please stop. Leave my phone and Mac charger at Rose's, and there's no need to talk anymore. And he said, hey, Austin, cry me a river. Go live and cry about me right now. I don't give a F. You're lame. Have a nice day. Blah, 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 blah. I just threw like the, what's up sign. Leave my Mac. So he still hasn't left anything. I said, leave my MacBook. You're seeing the dates here, right? Leave my MacBook charger, Apple Pencil, and iPhone X at Rose's ASAP. Please, we are leaving soon. I really don't want to have to like press charges to get my stuff back. I don't know what an Apple Pencil is or where it is. I already told you this. Were you drunk all day yesterday? Self-project much, Nathan? Because you're drunk literally all day, every single day. It's a white pencil that was with the other pens and stuff you took, like the paint pens I had to buy 3 times because you kept losing them, for my calligraphy pens and my white Apple Pencil. Leave the MacBook charger and iPhone X, and I'm assuming you're just going to screw me on the AirPods, but that's just how you are. So leave my stuff or I'll press charges, which I don't ever press charges. He knows that. I don't call the cops. They wear pentagrams on their chest and they can only have 105 IQ. I'm not a big fan. And then I said, I'm heading out, so can I get my iPhone charger, please, on the next day? Leave the keys to the RV too, please. No response. No response. Then I just send the phone icon. No response. Hey, bro, can I please get my phone back so I can use it for my business phone? This is right after I got out. No. Then he says, Austin, I don't have anything of yours at all whatsoever. You're a backstabbing, lying little bee. Have a nice life. I'll just block this number if you continue harassing me. Enjoy your tour, clown. And I said, just remember you did this, okay? And that was the Saturday after I got out. I said, just remember that you did this. Now, I still wasn't going to expose him. Okay, I still wasn't going to expose him. But then I find out that he's going around bragging about how he still has access to my PayPal. Yeah, he still has access to my PayPal. And he's like bragging to people about how Austin's such an idiot. He doesn't even know that I'm on his PayPal and I'm like approving the payments and all this stuff. I'm like, what? So this dude stole all the money, stole all my stuff, lying about me, but that's not good enough. He's like still on my PayPal, which is a friend's because I got kicked off PayPal, right? And so he's not even just jeopardizing my stuff. It's someone that was nice enough to me to let me use their PayPal with all their personal information and their credit card information, and he's using my PayPal behind my back. What? Are you kidding me? He forced me to do this stream. So there you go. And I didn't want to do any of this. But it is what it is. I hate to I'm sorry. I know it's kind of boring to read all those texts. It is what it is. That's literally every single text that we've sent. I don't lie about anything. I have more evidence that could expose him. Just so you know, in Virginia, stealing something over $1,000 is felony theft that carries up to 20 years, bro. I don't know what's wrong with you. You just know that I'm trying to take the high road. You know that I don't want to have to expose you. You know I'm trying to do what's the nice thing to do and let it go because you know that's how I am. You also know that I'm not going to press charges and I don't call the cops. So you're using everything against me and you're lying as much as you can. So there you go. Like, now you guys know. And that's just a part of it, okay? But what am I supposed to do? Okay, he literally admits that he had a brain coach for 7 years, okay? Sounds like a handler to me, okay? So let's think about, if he's a handler, what does he do that would be bad for the flat earth movement? Well, he can debate the flat earth pretty well. He knows all the arguments, but he literally goes around, bouncing golf balls on hammers and juggling while berating every single human he sees, screaming and cussing. Every single debate he's in, he takes a little SpongeBob doll and starts hitting it, just screaming over the person, not making good points, and just sounds like an idiot. Every single time that he goes and tries to tell someone the truth, he just screams at them and berates them. I witnessed this in person. I would be waking people up in real life very calmly, reaching them on a level where they're at, talking to them about whatever, say that they kind of like didn't like the government just blindly took over this year, right? Well, we would connect on that, and then I would get them more interested. Oh, he knows a lot about that. And then I'd get them where they're actually opening up to the earth. Then comes strolling Nathan, just screaming, berating, cussing, interrupting. Boom, they shut out. One of the things that happened was that we were chilling early on in the tour at Karen's, and Bob's there, and we show him one of the first interactions in public that Nathan and I have, and there are a bunch of people turning on us because we're not wearing masks in the post office, and Joe Biden said that you have to wear one or whatever. So we're trying to tell him the truth about it, and then as we leave, he screams out, "Oh, and the earth is flat." And Bob said, just a piece of advice, like if you're not going to sit and explain the earth to them, if you just scream, "Oh, and the earth is flat," as you walk out, everything else that you told them about, they're just going to immediately dismiss it, right? Because they're going to be like, this dude thinks the earth is flat. You didn't explain to him that we falsify the radius value, or that space defies the second law of thermodynamics, or that fluid sex states water always finds its level. You just screamed the earth is flat and then ran out, right? And so he was just trying to give a piece of advice to us. He starts just going off. He starts going off and being incredibly disrespectful to someone who was trying to help us out. "Oh, yeah, I've been doing this for 5 years. I'm going to take advice from you." Yeah, like, what? Bob is like the OG, bro. Like, what do you? Yeah, you should take advice from him. Like, what are you talking about? So that was one of the first big red flags. People that have like bent over backwards for him. He doesn't care. So there you go. Now you know. And I don't really want to talk about it anymore. It is what it is. I will say, he says he's not the praying type. I don't know how a believer is not the praying type. You mean not the talking to the creator type? And then we started looking into his real name. It's Yah or Yahuwah. Well, he won't say that. He just says Pops, or he won't say Yahshua. He'll say the Messiah. So like, I don't know. He's just like, it's just weird stuff. And now looking back, I can't sit back anymore. You know what I'm saying? You're supposed to approach a believer one-on-one. I treated him as a believer and as a brother and did it. So I'm good on both ends. But the point is, like, stay off my PayPal, dude. Stop lying about me. Anything that's my money or my friends' accounts and platforms, stop being such a little psychopathic grabbler going around trying to take all of my stuff and trying to take and control my money. What a loser. Give me my iPhone X back. It isn't yours. I can prove it's mine. You know it's not yours, dude. And if you don't, whatever, I'm washing my hands with you. I don't want to talk about the dude anymore after this. This is why I had to go in such depth about it for 41 minutes. It's the last thing that I wanted to do. It is what it is. So now you guys know. You going too deep, bro? Dude, this is the surface, bro. This is the surface. All right, now I can take a breath. Even in the Flat Earth group, he's just been giving the Flat Earth community a bad name. Yeah. We all know. So there you go. Now you guys know. I'm sorry that I had to do it. I didn't want to have to do it. I think I did a good job of not going. I know y'all think I went really hard right now. In my mind, I really didn't. You know what I mean? I emptied half the clip. That's honestly how I feel. So I just want you guys to know I would never, ever take donation money from you guys, tell and lie about what it's going to. I would never do that. And that's one of the reasons I had to keep confronting him about it, because I felt bad. I actually felt convicted that people, and a lot of people send us tithing money, dude. You know what I mean? Like, that's not okay. You know, like, hey guys, here's gas for the RV. Hey, here's some money for the tour. And then you just go spend $300 on craft beer. Like, that's not okay, bro. It's not okay. And I'm basically stamping that by telling people to send us the donations. Right. And so it got to where I had to address this, and I'm sorry that I did. It's time that we step back, and we don't need every single person that realizes the flat earth that the earth isn't a magic spinning cartoon ball that defies physics, which requires like a remedial understanding and just a little bit of intellectual honesty. We don't need them all. We don't need every single person, right? Because I'm meeting awesome people on this tour, like believers. Y'all showing me things. You need to work on this. You need to work on this. And people are speaking to me, and he's showing me things. And I'm going basically having a bad name in their eyes because, well, why would he be around him? Why would he be around him? This doesn't add up. Like, he's sitting with him on an RV, going on a tour with him. You know, it's a bad look. It's a bad look for the flat earth. It's a bad look for believers, more importantly. And it's a bad look for me while I'm basically stamping his behavior. I can't do it anymore. I try to stop now. Just stop talking about me. Stop lying about me. Stop stealing my stuff. Get off my PayPal. It's not even my PayPal. Stop being a psycho. Because if you don't stop and you keep monitoring my PayPal, I will press charges, bro. Because what else am I supposed to do? Well, like, I've given you every opportunity under the sun. I just showed everyone I gave you. I asked you 5 times, please don't make me do this, bro. So there you go. There's the truth. There's my side of the story, just a bit of it. Like I said, I told you all the possessions. He broke stuff. He lost stuff. He stole stuff. He's lying about all of it. And you know, I try to take the high road, but maybe I wasn't supposed to, because then I keep hearing all kinds of crazy stuff about what he's still doing. So there you go, guys. The bromance is over. At least you think you're funny. So, God, let's change the subject. Meeting and knowing someone is different. How do you know that? Bad look indeed. Yeah. Austin telling the truth. Leave me out of it. Yeah, there's no reason to drag other people in it. I don't lie, and I'm the one that has stepped out here to do this. Whatever he tries to do back is cool. I got it. You know what I'm saying? Like, randomly, like, cops start harassing us in Key West. What a coincidence. So it is what it is. Oh, and by the way, just for the record, right? So, Chris, how did you find out about the tour?
Watching your stream.
Watching my stream. Okay, so he watched my stream, found out about the tour, and I told everyone to hit up Nathan, and then he hit up Nathan, and they decided to surprise me with the RV. Okay, because he's saying that I'm lying about that too. So it is what it is. Respect MVP. Much love, bro. I could tell it wasn't going to work first stream y'all did together. Yeah, I couldn't even do streams around him, and everyone was mad at me. Where are all your streams at? I'm like, I can't do it. I can't even get my thoughts out without being interrupted, without, you know, and I was biting my tongue on all this. And that's what motivated those lyrics that just popped in my head I told you about. You know what I'm saying? Snakes in the movement, I'm weeding them out. I don't know who let them in, but I'm seeing them out. You know what I'm saying? Like, I do it for, you're seeking the clout and biting my tongue till I bleed in the mouth. It is what it is. Torah allows meat. Yeah, the priests were feasting meat. Oh, and about that. Like I thought that we're supposed to represent Messiah. I don't think that your diet's supposed to be your religion, bro. You know what I mean? Like, oh, I'm Nathan Thompson. Like, bro, like calm down, bro. Like, veganism is your identity? I'm not a vegan, you know? No, I'm a believer. And the one true Messiah is Yahshua. That's my identity. I don't identify in vegetables. And the priests were feasting. And I'll show you, y'all actually told me, like, show me to keep eating meat. Because I was getting all these bumps on my stomach, right, from going vegan for a couple months. Now, what vegans will do is they'll spiral and they'll try to say, you're not doing it right. Well, I'm with Mr. Vegan legend himself, Nathan Thompson, and eating it the way that he says to eat it, nutritional yeast, amino acids, blah, 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 blah. All right? And I'm getting bumps all over my stomach, bro. And then I get locked up, probably because they randomly knew to come harass us. And then they feed you basically dog food in there, processed nonsense. But there was meat in my diet again. All the bumps went away. Okay, so I'm supposed to eat meat. I read the Torah from the beginning. They were eating meat. They were feasting in meat in the fallen state, right? We're no longer in the pre-fall state, right? So we're supposed to eat meat, just not unclean meat, all right? And so it is what it is. Oh no, go to the gravel kata. All right, guys. First Passover was when Adam and Eve got kicked out of the garden and meat was eaten and the skin was given to the priest, Adam. Yeah. No, I just read the Torah from the beginning. Like, they were smashing meat, bro. They were feasting. Those of weak faith abstain from meat. Yeah, it is what it is. My point is, do what you want to do, man, like whatever. But the last thing you should do is go around berating people because they eat meat and talking down to them. And like, I found out real fast, if we're in a room full of people, right, and some of them aren't believers, but they're vegans, then they're good to go. Like, he'll turn on the believers if they decide to eat meat, and he'll side with them real fast. He won't correct them about how they're actually literally bashing the Messiah. That is his identity, bro. You know what I'm saying? It is, I'm Nathan Thompson. You know, we try to talk to him, and that's what he said back. That's what he said back when we all tried to calmly talk to him about how, well, this is the only way we can keep the tour going. I'm effing Nathan Thompson. I am Flat Earth. I'm the best Flat Earth activist ever. Flat Earth is nothing without me. This tour is nothing without me. It's like, what? I had OGs, and I won't say their name. I won't put them out. But OGs in the movement pulling me aside. Austin, you know the only reason people are interested in this tour is because of you. If you get exhausted or you feel like it's too much to handle or you need a break from him, like, just hit us up and you can stay with us. Hit me up and you can stay with me. Like, over and over and over. So, like, you know this. Back to the gravy, baby. Yeah, exactly. No, I'm not talking about it anymore. I'm not responding to anything that he says. He blocked me on everything because I'd occasionally go on his Instagram and say, "Hey, did you take that on my iPhone?" You know, so he just blocked me because he knows what's up, and he knows I don't lie. You know I don't lie. You know what I'm saying? You guys know I don't lie. So it is what it is. Vegans do hate most other humans. Yeah, well, people think that they have a moral superiority or a moral high ground because they just eat vegetables. Like, what a cool story, bro. What was Austin locked up for, bud? Although it was illegal and maybe a blessing in disguise. And y'all showed me, he showed me, like, I told him I'd quit smoking. I keep my word, certainly to the Creator. I started having really vivid dreams. I started being able to communicate with him, being able to, like, download messages from him with much more clarity. And I'll tell you this is the strongest the beast system's ever been in modern history, and weed's becoming legal everywhere. You guys think that's just a coincidence? So I'm not judging anyone. I'm not telling anyone. I'm not putting that on anyone. It is a seed-bearing plant. All seed-bearing plants are for the good of mankind, but you can abuse everything. They make cocaine from a plant too by putting gasoline on it. So abuse of things is certainly not good. And stay sober-minded because the enemy comes around, you know, like a lion looking to devour. But I know one thing: I have very vivid dreams now, and I can understand what he's telling me a lot better. And he showed me the story of Joseph, which gave me contentment in jail, and I'm good. I'm good. And as soon as I read the 7 years, I felt the Holy Spirit like 10x, and I could barely move. I started like tearing up. I haven't fully figured out what the 7 years is about, but whenever I first came to Yah, he was saying, we're in the end and I want to use you. We're in the end and I want to use you. And this is before, I smoked all the time. I drank all the time. I hooked up with random girls all the time. I partied all the time. Like, I didn't never read the scriptures. I didn't ever pray. Like, was in no way in good standing with the Messiah. And he just kept on saying that. And I'm like, what's going on? I'm not controlling my own thoughts. Like, this is super weird. And I got just frustrated. And honestly, I was super arrogant, but I was just like, this is stupid. Like, go away. I'm like, okay, I'll just go say a prayer. Like, worst case, I'm like talking to no one or talking to the ceiling. But like, this is getting on my nerves. So arrogant. And I was like, Dear Lord, which I don't say anymore, translates to Bell, but I said, Dear Lord, I feel like you're telling me we're in the end and you want to use me to wake people up. If that's true, give me an undeniable sign. This is my testimony. Most of y'all have heard it, but he gave me like 4 signs the next day. Then I opened up the scriptures and I opened directly to Ezekiel 38, which is like the end time war. It's the end time war, guys. And it's a 1,700-page book. So analytically, I'm like, what are the odds of this? And I'm like, this isn't adding up. I realized it was way too real. At the same time that I was hearing that, I kept hearing 7 years for like the next few days. I didn't know what it means. I still don't necessarily know exactly what it means. But when I read the story of Joseph, which I knew to read it from the beginning, I had to beg for a Bible for 3 days. They finally bring it back, and I'm bring me the Bible, and I'm like cheering. I'm like so excited. I'm like crammed in this little box with like a Muslim dude who's just like trying to fight me all the time, and like I know I can't fight him. I'm gonna get a charge in here. I'm like freaking out. Finally, they bring the Bible, get super excited. I knew I had to read it from the beginning. I couldn't explain why, but I knew. And then I read the story of Joseph, and I didn't even really remember it. It had been so long since I read it. And of course, I was taught the story of Joseph with the doctrine of men in a Baptist church. And so, I read it, and you know what happened? His brothers like converged on him and turned on him. And then he was put into slavery. And then the wife kept trying to have sex with him and tried to say that he was having sex with her. He got thrown into prison. And then he was in prison for literally nothing, bro. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, wow, I'm being a baby. Like, look at what Joseph went through. I'm in isolation for like 40 consecutive hour increments, in jail for like ultimately 18 days, 10 days isolation, 8 more days. What is that compared to what Joseph went through? And what ended up happening? Like, Joseph was put second in charge of Egypt, the most powerful civilization in the world at the time, arguably. So it is what it is. He showed me that story. I felt the Holy Spirit when I started reading that story. And when I got to the 7-year part of the Pharaoh's dream, it 10x, bro. I'm not exaggerating. I couldn't move. So now I can actually understand when the Creator's trying to show me things, or I can at least know when he is showing me something, right? And get to where I understand it. And now I have vivid dreams and stuff. So like, it's a blessing in disguise, and it's all good. And I don't know why it happened. I don't know who did it. I do find it to be pretty interesting that in that story, people that were his literal brothers turned on him, right? And converged on him and were snakes and got behind his back and came up with these little ways to try to bring him down, right? Out of envy or whatever. Dogs only eat grass. I'm not trying to spark like a veganism debate in the chat, guys. Please. I'm not interested. So anyway, yeah, everything's all good. I'm not tripping about it. I'm sorry that I had to do this, but it is what it is. And everyone knows I tried not to do it. Good on you, WitsitGetsIt. Thanks. You got arrested for some weed. Yeah, that's correct. But of course, it doesn't matter. We don't have to get into that. But they broke the law. They did a sniff and search. That's illegal in Florida since 2019. I have attorneys that say I'm entitled to $1,000 a minute. That's $25.9 million. So, I mean, maybe it's a blessing in disguise. Either way, it already is a blessing in disguise. So, like I said, now I know to stay sober-minded, which I already did, and I was just trying to justify it to myself. I'm like, oh, well, if I just take one little hit of weed, I'm not really high. Like, cool story, bro. Thanks for exposing him. Not a problem. Back to the gravy, baby. Yeah, if y'all got any questions, I don't have any. Oh yeah, I think I told y'all this in another stream, but I pieced together like the pyramid or the firmament and the rainbow, right? So not only do you need a reflective surface for a firmament, like provably and just 100%, that's like the antecedent to a rainbow. But how is it his promise that it'll never flood the earth, right? Like, how does that work? Like, it's his promise that it'll never flood the earth. Well, when you see that rainbow, it's literally physical evidence. It's literally showing you that the firmament's still there. And whenever the flood happened, the firmament was opened up, right? Windows in the firmament were opened up to flood the earth. When you see the rainbow in entirety and in completion, it's physical, literal evidence that the firmament's still there. Rest assured, the earth's not about to flood, bro. You're good. You know what I'm saying? That was pretty cool. That was revealed a few days ago. Why is he even here, bro? Leave. Hey, just pray for people, bro. Like, pray for your enemies, man. But please stop talking crazy in the chat, because I will continue to expose you. Like I said, the clip is only half empty, bro. So I don't know why you would. Why would you like antagonize it? I don't even understand it. Because you're just reminding me of more stuff. Oh my gosh, he's in the chat. Yeah, of course. Anyway, just so you know, you're gonna whatever. I'll just tell you, Gio, bro, like loved me, bro. Like, loved me. Like, was more excited to see me than Nathan after just a couple weeks. This is because I watched Gio. I mean, I'm like, Gio hasn't had water all day. He's thirsty. Gio needs water. I gave Gio the first bone he's ever had. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know for a fact that he's thrown Gio down the driveway and hit him whenever he chewed up the glasses because he was locked up in a van and he didn't tie Gio up and he chewed up glasses because he's freaking out in a van all day. He just starts screaming and berating him and on his face. So stop spamming my chat about how awesome of a dog owner you are, bro. That's a joke. Just get out. Just leave, bro. No one cares. I can almost assure you that of 182 people, 181 people don't care. Love keeps no record of anything anyone ever does wrong. Therefore, you're justified in constantly screwing everyone over, lying and stealing, because you can just say, all things work for the good, and no one keeps a record of anything that they do wrong. So when I screw you over, you're not a real believer if you expose me, even though it says, do not partake in the works of darkness, but rather expose and reprove it. And it actually says that those who go around claiming and taking the name of Yah in vain, claiming the faith, will be judged more harshly than those who don't even know. So maybe you should take off the TC. Maybe you should keep it real and stop lying to people to try to get money off of a certain group of people that believe in the scriptures, because we all know you said that you're not the praying type. We all know it. So just stop, bro. Like, I will go much harder if you keep in tag. I actually, to be honest with you, this is what he wants, man. This is like his 10 minutes of fame, and that's all he cares about. So all I'll say is, anyone that continuously gets put in a hit piece and then rushes to be in another one, you might want to be skeptical of them, right? Like Jaren's like, I refuse to ever be it. When big companies send me up, I'm like immediately like, no, or I get final cut rights, right? Like he's immediately, they're going to bring Reckless Ben on Glowbusters. He's like, no, we're not going to do that. You know what I'm saying? Even though we would have wrecked them and ruined them. Like, he just exposes them immediately because he learned his lesson. And like, you don't just go on to National Geographic, then go on to Netflix, and then go on to Reckless Ben's YouTube channel. Like, continuously being put in hit pieces, making Flat Earth look bad and making them look stupid when you can memorize alternative things, Mr. Brain Train. That doesn't make sense. Guys, something's not adding up. Something's not adding up here. Have y'all watched the Reckless Ben video? You flew out to LA. Mr. Smart Genius guy flew out to LA and put on a duck suit and stacked toilet paper saying it was going to go to the moon, bro. And then they brought a freaking certificate and they misspelled official. They didn't just misspell a word on there. They just purposely misspelled the most important word, bro, to shut, bro. And you were arguing with me. You're arguing with Bob. You were arguing with Jaren. You were arguing with every single flat earther in your chat. You came home arguing with us. Doesn't add up, bro. Something doesn't add up. Something's fishy here, bro. Something's real fishy about us being in Key West for less than 3 hours, and then I do a Facebook stream in Mallory Square, then boom, all of a sudden cops just converge on us, breaking laws, breaking the Fourth Amendment. Which we'll know via emotional discovery what happened, but I really hate to keep doing this. I'll tell y'all this too, because you know what? I'm just transparently honest. At one point, okay, like this dude like watches me when I sleep and was like taking pictures of me when I sleep and would even show me the pictures he takes me when I sleep. Sometimes I'd wake up, he's like in the corner in the dark, like just staring a hole through me. Sometimes I can see, and it's probably because of the alcoholism. Like his eyes are just black. I actually at one time literally felt compelled to go over there and cast demons out of him. As soon as I went over there and said, in the name of Yahshua, like it's like I was like knew I was supposed to stop, and I was like, what? Why would I stop? And then I remembered that if someone wants their possession and you cast them out, they'll come back sevenfold. And that's a true story on everything I love. So there you go. You guys don't even know how much I've been holding back. And honestly, I don't want to talk about it anymore. And I just wish this dude would leave. And I'm about to block him. If you keep saying stupid stuff in the chat, you're getting blocked. And honestly, that just kind of is a testament to how awesome this channel is that we've let you run your mouth in here this whole time. Same guy that gets naked in front of you, shocker. Yeah, whenever I was like, dude, if you don't stop talking crazy, we're going to have to fight. He would just take off all his clothes, bro. Like, what a weirdo. I don't want to keep talking. This is toxic, and who cares? Y'all get it? I've exposed it, and it's over. And that means please don't send me messages asking me anything about it. Please don't comment about it anymore. Like, I don't care. I'm officially taking the high road now, like, from here on. You know what I'm saying? And I tried not to jump on this road. So please just respect my wishes. I'm not talking about it anymore. Officially. He's already blocked. Okay, cool. All right, guys. Love you guys. Actually, we're going to go downtown and witness again, I think. Or I don't know. That's what Kelly wants to do. Either way, I'm going to chill with a brother that showed up. Yes, brother, you were too strong for this statement. Thanks very much, love. Yep, it's done. Indeed, it is. Oh, I'll read the donations. I won't leave y'all hanging. Thanks, Austin, for sharing. Yeah, of course. Let's never speak of it again. Agreed. I need a safe word. It's not like we're all shocked about this or something, though. Good on you, Austin. Keep taking that higher road, bro. It'll come back to you. Thanks. Yeah, I mean, I feel like I had to like sink down to make the stream. Honestly, it feels disgusting and filthy. I feel like I need to take a shower. You're in Florida? Yeah, we're in Florida. We're setting up the streams, kind of regrouping because there's a NASA crew launch at Kennedy Space Center the 22nd that we're going to go and use a P900 to show that's clearly just a parabolic trajectory. You don't go to space. It defies physics. Pictures while sleeping was shocking, though. Yeah. God bless you. Thank you. Much love. High road, store treasure in heaven. Indeed. Suspicions confirmed. I'm on Mars. So you're in Canada and Devon Island? Wait up. Let me see what we got here. We're good on there. Oh, yeah. I got some in between streams. So shout out to Angie for your grit, his grace, awe-inspiring. Enjoy today. Thank you very much for the very, very generous donation, Angie S. Much love. Thank you very much. You're awesome. Jonathan, for much love, homie. Touched my heart as always. Thank you for the kind words and the donation. It is much appreciated, brother. All right, we're good. Anyone sends anything after this stream or when y'all see it, you know, I'll read it. I'll typically read them out at the beginning. I just wanted to get straight into this, get it over with. But I will show y'all this because I came across this today, which I find to be pretty interesting. So let me airdrop it real fast. And Jaron, if you see the stream, you see how I just airdropped it? Yeah, that's right. Yeah, MacBook perks, bro. Get with the program, bro. Hey, my Microsoft. Well, you're using Microsoft, bro. Like, what do you expect? Share screen. Yeah, bless. All right, there you go. So, I don't know. This was crazy. Alcohol comes from alcohol, right? Alcohol is said to have come from the word from the Arabic word term alcohol or algol, which means body-eating spirit. Perhaps this is why alcoholic drinks are called spirits and booze, right? Like boo. Drinking alcohol is one of the fastest things you can do to lower your vibration. It's been used as a tool to keep human consciousness at a lower state for thousands of years. A little bit of a new age spin on the end of there. When it's used to make sure that you're not sober and you can get confused and deceived by the enemy who comes around looking to devour like a lion. Keep trucking, gravy train, choo choo. We got a lot of gravy coming in the coming streams. Trust me, guys. Don't you worry. But yeah, so they denied my appeal for the medical misinformation, so I will not be allowed to go live on WitsitGetsIt for like another week and a half or something like that. And of course, if I get one more strike, the channel's permanently terminated. So cool story. Cool story, Gravelers. Let me check out D-Live real fast. D-Live's not even live. I'm sorry, I don't know what's going on. Keep the shame. Yahshua came with a sword. Yeah. Yeah, indeed. All right, guys. I'm going to catch up with you on the flip side like a coin toss. Seek and speak truth unequivocally. And actually rejoice when people revile you for his name's sake. And when people are coming at you sideways, converging on you, trying to attack you, like actually that probably means that you're doing something that the enemy seems to think maybe is threatening to his little plans. So stand tall in the face of ostracism. With a weak, find contentment in the consensus of ignorance, right? So just don't be like that. Just be strong-minded. It's no big deal. We'll go live tomorrow night, and it'll be a gravy stream. It won't be about gammas. So I'll catch up with you on the flip side. Much love. Thanks for kicking it, and peace out.
Control the music industry until the scripts get filled. Geopolitically grip, they forcing misinfo that we absorbing quick. Took the people's signature to mean extorted it, they forging it. If news ain't good informants who informing them, there's a surplus, but they tell us there are shortages. Credit economy mortgages, dollar that's supported with empty fortresses. But what's important is this, we porting ships, important gifts, of course it is. What extortion is in accordance with an assortment list of foreign tricks, we ignoring which informant this, informant this. It looked like we were snoring tricked, pedophilia and the government endorsing it. Yeah, eugenics is exactly what abortion is. You just vilify those insubordinate. Way to matrix engineer, that's unfortunate. Geopolitically we in a field that's for Israel. Wonder is it real? Rappers actors say they high, say they sip with pills, glorify suicide so they get the deals. Big pharma set it up just to flip the pills, control the music industry until the scripts get filled. Geopolitically, yeah, we in a field that's for Israel. Wonder is it real?